Why work hard, save money is a trap in 2025. You were told the formula was simple: work hard, be loyal, save money, and one day you'll be free. But here you are, working harder than ever, saving every cent you can, and still feeling like you're drowning. Inflation is rising, living costs are ridiculous, and your hard work barely keeps you afloat. So maybe, just maybe, the formula's broken. This video isn't about blaming anyone, it's about waking up to a new reality most people still don't want to admit. Because if you're still living by old rules in the new economy, you're already losing. Let's talk about it. Chapter 1. That advice worked in a different era. Let's be fair. Work hard and save wasn't always bad advice. Back then, the world moved slower. There was less global competition. No algorithm deciding your visibility, no AI eating up entry-level jobs overnight. A single income could support a family. A university degree gave you security, and saving money in a bank actually grew your wealth. But that is not the world we live in anymore. Today, AI writes code, designs ads, replaces assistants. Remote work means you're not just competing with your city, you're competing with the world. And attention is the most valuable currency, not effort. Meanwhile, living costs keep rising. Real wages haven't caught up, and savings accounts barely keep up with inflation. Yet so many people still cling to that old formula: working hard, saving harder, and quietly praying that one day it'll all pay off. But hope isn't a strategy. Let's give credit where it's due. Work hard and save used to work. Back in the 70s or 80s, a single income could support a household. A degree guaranteed a job, and putting money in a savings account actually beat inflation. But we're not in that world anymore. So why are we still playing by rules that were built for a different time? You're not behind, you're just playing the wrong game. Chapter 2. Saving alone can't outrun inflation. Here's the trap no one tells you about. Saving feels productive, it feels responsible, it feels like you're doing something right. But in today's economy, saving alone is like walking up a down escalator. Prices are rising. Crisis after crisis, like wars, tariffs, reset the cost of living. And the global economy doesn't care about your discipline, only your adaptability. Meanwhile, governments print more money. Inflation eats away at your purchasing power, and that $1 in your account quietly loses value every year. Still think saving alone will save you? Let's do some quick math. You save $1,000 a month. That's $12,000 a year. In 10 years, that's $120,000, assuming nothing goes wrong. Sounds good, right? Now factor in annual inflation, rising rent, medical bills, unexpected emergencies. That money's value is melting every single year, with a speed you can't even imagine. Even in a fixed deposit, your savings aren't safe from inflation's silent theft. Saving isn't bad, but saving alone is dangerous. It gives a false sense of progress, while the real world keeps moving faster than your bank balance. Chapter 3. Most people work harder but stay stuck. You've probably seen this play out in your own life. You start feeling the financial pressure, so what do? Grind harder, pick up more hours, start a side hustle, cut your lifestyle to the bone. You sacrifice sleep, you sacrifice weekends, and maybe, just maybe, you finally see your savings go up a little. But deep down, you know it's not enough, because you're just running faster on the same hamster wheel. The truth is, effort alone doesn't build wealth anymore. Not in a world run by automation, AI, and asymmetric opportunity. People are building income streams with code, with content, with capital, while you're still selling your time, hour by hour, like it's the only way. Now here's what most people do. They feel broke, so they work more, they cut coffee, cancel Netflix, do side hustles till midnight, and still, nothing changes. Because the problem isn't effort, the problem is direction. You don't need to hustle harder, you need to think differently. You need leverage, systems, assets that grow without you. Because if your income only moves when you move, you're still in a cage, just a nicer one. Chapter 4. Our parents taught survival, not strategy. Let's be real. Our parents weren't wrong. They were surviving. They came from times of economic uncertainty, low income jobs, limited access to education or information, and often a deep fear of scarcity. So they did what they knew. They taught us. Don't borrow money, you'll get trapped. Just be grateful you have a job. Play it safe, don't dream too big. That mindset kept food on the table. It got us through hard times. But here's the thing, survival advice doesn't translate to a world of rapid opportunity, where people make more from one digital product than our parents made in a year, where access to knowledge and capital is no longer the bottleneck. Your belief system is. Now read that again. Your belief system is the bottleneck, because what they knew was how to survive. Avoid debt. Be grateful. Don't ask for too much. And while that kept them alive, it won't help you thrive. Because survival mindset teaches caution, not growth. It teaches you safety, not vision, sacrifice, not strategy. You're trying to build wealth using tools designed to just get by. That's like trying to build a mansion with a plastic spoon. It's not your fault, but it is your responsibility to upgrade the tools. Chapter 5. The world rewards ownership, not labor. Let's stop pretending. In today's world, the people getting ahead, they're not the ones grinding the hardest. They're the ones who own the game. We were taught that labor is noble, that working long hours equals integrity, that effort equals reward. But that equation doesn't hold up anymore, because no matter how hard you work, you still have only 24 hours. And in a world run by automation, AI, and digital leverage, effort alone is no longer the main currency. Ownership is. The people who get ahead today aren't just hard workers, they're owners. They own stocks, they own businesses, they own attention, they own systems that keep earning even when they're sleeping. They understand something most people don't. If I don't own something, I'm always working for someone who does. Meanwhile, the hard workers are still exchanging hours for money, still hoping to save their way out. But labor has limits, ownership doesn't. If you want to escape the cycle, you need to shift from earner to owner. And the earlier you start, the easier it gets. Chapter 6. Working hard makes you feel like you're progressing even when you're not. This one's sneaky because it feels right. You're tired, you're booked, you're grinding day and night, so you must be doing something right, right? But here's the trap. Most people equate exhaustion with progress. They wear stress like a badge of honor. They believe that if they just push hard enough, something will eventually click. But working hard can become a drug, a distraction, a coping mechanism. It numbs the discomfort of misalignment. It keeps you doing so you never have to stop and think. And over time, you forget to ask the most important question. Is this actually moving me forward? Because being busy isn't the goal, being free is. And freedom doesn't come from more hustle. It comes from better strategy, from clearer decisions, from systems that compound, from choosing the right hill to climb, not just climbing faster. So ask yourself, are you building something meaningful or just staying busy so you don't have to face the silence? Final truth. Now, don't get me wrong, I am not saying that working hard and saving are entirely wrong. Hard work matters, discipline matters. But in 2025, if you're still following the work and save formula alone without assets, systems, or clarity, you're playing a losing game. Not because you're lazy, but because the world changed and no one told you. You don't need another productivity hack, you need a new blueprint. And it starts with self awareness. Take the free money mirror quiz. It will show you the real patterns driving your money decisions, your blind spots, your sabotage cycles, and your hidden growth path. Link in the description. And if you want more no fluff truths about money, mindset, and modern wealth, hit subscribe. Because real wealth starts with a better mirror.